this time from the DC Universe Classics Legion 12 pack that was available through MattyCollector.com this October of 2011. We're taking a look at Matter-Eater Lad. The Matter-Eater Lad again uses the teen buck body, and pretty much the sculpt is there's no real sculpt aside from the hand and the face here. Everything is done through painted body parts, and which is okay because it looks good. Even in these loud yellow colors, he doesn't really seem to suffer as much from the common problem among these figures with the matching colors between body parts. As you can see here, it's only really most apparent in the legs here. But from a distance or in a different type of light, it's barely noticeable. The unique part of him is the head sculpt. And you can see that he's sculpted like he's chewing on something or eating something in his mouth. And that is a nice touch for this particular character and very true to the character's nature. The other sort of, big difference in sculpting is that he's got the Legion ring there, and as you can probably see that he's got the you can make out the Legion symbol on the ring there. So it's very nicely detailed there. Now getting into articulation, for some reason he's the stiffest out of all these figures, and his head is nice, moves very nicely up and down, left and right, but his arms do go all the way around, but are very, very stiff and squeaky. You can see there, very squeaky biceps too. And they do move around, bend at the elbow, and all very squeaky. His wrists rotate, although I should tell you about the problem that I had with my figure is that I went to rotate the wrist and ended up rotating the whole hand out. So for some reason that doesn't stay in there very well, but you can just pop it right back in, and again you get that problem. So I think it's probably something to do with the interior sculpt of the arm there. It may not be all the figures, probably just mine. So he does have a little bit of ab crunch there. Again, very stiff to move for some reason. Stiff waist as well. And he's loosening up a little bit. Legs forward, back, out to the side. Rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle, and that's it. Standard DC Universe Classic stuff. A Matter-Eater Lad, or Tenzil Kem, comes from Bismol, and that is a little bit of a joke once you get clued into his abilities. He first appears in Adventure Comics number 303 in 1963, and his whole race was, their food on their planet was made unedible by microbes. And so they developed this ability to eat any matter. And, so that's where they kind of get the joke name of Bismol, like Pepto Bismol. Yeah, so a little bit of a joke. So what I do know about him, I do know that he had kind of a crush on Shrinking Violet, the Legionnaire from Imsk who could shrink herself. He's not often featured in the Legion, as I guess they really didn't know how to deal with his powers. He did save the universe once by eating the indestructible, or the so-called indestructible miracle machine. However, it drove him insane. And he eventually was cured and returned to duty, I guess. He was one of the Legion members sent back to the 21st century to observe the occurrences of New Krypton. And he took the identity of a cafe owner named Mitch, who befriended Mon-El, in disguise, of course, because he knew Mon-El from the Legion. He hasn't really been featured since the reboot, the New 52, but I'm sure he's around in some capacity. So I really haven't, encountered this guy much in the comics. I always liked the name Matter-Eater Lad, or, the idea of somebody eating matter. And I've always had this idea of maybe, if there's going to reinvent him a little bit, maybe he doesn't actually need to eat matter, but is able to just convert matter instantly into different forms of energy. So, he'd touch something like a big boulder and basically use all the energy in that matter, transforming it into some sort of power. Maybe he could use it as strength or blasts or, heat or something. I always thought that would be a neat idea to explore. And but anyway, so if that pops up in the comics, that's my idea. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for Matter-Eater Lad, and until, keep watching for more reviews. I know they're getting to the end of them, but there's still a couple more left. And until my next video, I'll see ya.